Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. And what you see here is a 12-year-old boy on a bike working for Western Union back in 1911, just to illustrate how things have changed, because I want to talk about Western Union. There appears to be a leak. And this leak, whether it is intentional for purposes that we just can't see now, or if it's malicious, we don't know. But according to Bloomberg, about 6 hours ago, Western Union is seeking to acquire Ripple's partner, MoneyGram. And according to a person familiar with the matter, so we don't have a name because this person doesn't want to be identified since the matter isn't public, they say that Western Union has made a takeover offer for MoneyGram. And one additional comment that comes from this mysterious informant is that no decision has been made and Western Union could opt to proceed without a deal. That tells me that it could be a takeover and possibly not a friendly one. So if this is true and somebody really is spilling the beans, who is it and why? Yeah, this is the part that intrigues me. When you look at a tweet that I put out right after I heard this, we need to remember that Western Union and MoneyGram actually had these same rumors circulating from Bloomberg back in 2015. But should this be true this time, knowing that in 1995 and 96, both companies were owned by the same parent company, First Data, MoneyGram was divested due to regulatory pressure that came from the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission. And that was to prevent, of course, a remittance monopoly. So if we take a look at that FTC website, it brings us to September 21st, 1995. And under the settlement, First Data signed with the FTC that when they merged with First Financial, the merged company, this merged company between those two, would have to divest either Western Union or MoneyGram. And they had to do it to an entity that would operate it in competition with the merger, thus restoring competition. So the FTC didn't want a monopoly on payments. And at that time, they decided to let MoneyGram go. Now, 25 years later, the space of remittances looks very different. And this is what you can find. Western Union is still dominating. The blue candlestick to the far left shows that they are capturing about 80 billion of those cross-border remittances. And then the fourth candlestick over as you move to the right is MoneyGram with about 25 billion in cross-border remittances. So combine the two and you have a little over 100 billion in the cross-border payments. And according to the World Bank, global cross-border remittances is a $689 billion market. And just for your own brain bank, here are the top 7 corridors: India, China, Philippines, followed by Mexico, then France, Egypt, Nigeria, and 50% of the rest is all others. So why is there so much maneuvering in this space? Well, it's very, very juicy because the forecast shows global remittances are to grow to $1 trillion by 2022. And that's just around the corner. And by 2025, it will grow to 1.4 trillion. This is just an amazing market to be in. The East Asian Pacific region will have the highest inflows. So if we look at this 1 trillion by 2022, and you combine those cross-border payments with Western Union and MoneyGram, they would only control about 10% of the market share. So is that a monopoly? No, I don't think so. So I think that things are very different right now. It was not too long ago that the Chinese company Ant Financial, they also tried to acquire MoneyGram. They were going to do it for $13.25 per share with the debt. That would have been Great for MoneyGram, actually. But it became clear that the US government would not approve that merger. So actually, Ant Financial went on to buy the UK remittance firm World First in 2019, and they did that for nearly $1 billion. So I'm asking myself a lot of questions, as I'm sure everyone is asking themselves. Is the rumor true? Well, if we look at Quartz, which is a pretty reliable source, they say that Bloomberg, when it comes to rumors regarding mergers and acquisitions, that Bloomberg has an 80% accuracy rate. That's pretty high. And would the regulators approve it? Well, remember, there was that same rumor going around in 2015. And at that time, the person who was citing this, and again, it was another one of those unidentified sources, they said that they were in talks and they were in the early stage, but that they could stumble on regulators' approval. So even 5 years ago, yeah, we have seen a lot of change in this space, but even 5 years ago, they thought that there would still be some pushback with an approval. So I don't know. Could Western Union execute a hostile takeover? Well, what's interesting is they have a little bit of takeover in their DNA. Back in 1875, the railroad magnate Jay Gould actually took them over, and it wasn't so friendly. Now, is Western Union trying to kill Ripple's success? I don't know. I'm just putting myself in the shoes of Western Union, and I'm just trying to think, if I was them, what would I be doing? Well, Western Union is still valued at $10 billion, but they have been on a slow decline. Since 2009, they have been gradually declining as the company has not been able to keep up with the growing cross-border money transfers in this market. There's been so many new players. So if I really wanted to kill the progress or success that Ripple was having, I would think that buying up the smaller entities like Osimo and FlashFX and SendFriend would be cheaper and easier, I would think. And I don't think you'd have any pushback by anyone. But according to Save on Send, which does a lot of analysis in this space for the remittances, they said that the real contender is Facebook. And even though Libra is, according to the official status, still on a white paper, I don't think for a second that Facebook has slowed down their progress at all. And it might be on a white paper to us, but I am sure they are much further along. So we're just going to have to wait and see. Of course, I know everybody in the space is going to be following this. And I just wanted to give my take on where we are with just not a lot of information to go on right now. All right, tomorrow, 2 days from now, I'm going to listen to Brianne Madigan. She's Ripple's Global Institutional Markets VP. And I want to really hear this because they're going to have a live webinar, and it's going to be the new economic order. So I have signed up and I've got my ticket to attend. I will definitely let you know if there's anything interesting out of this webinar. And I want to tell you, I started something a little bit new. I did my first post for the 30th, which was Sunday evening. And every day, at the end of the day, I'm going to be writing one paragraph on 3 topics: the world, kind of the bigger picture, the XRP community, and my world, the smaller picture. I'm actually doing this blog as a draft or source for another project, but I decided to share my daily notes with everybody. I'll put the link to this coil, this brand new coil blog in the description below. You're more than welcome to read what I am thinking. And I will tell you more about that other project in the very near future. Okay, everybody, we're jumping to the fluff. So I'm going to show you something wacky first. Here's my wackiness. So with the stay home initiatives that have been in place, we are getting a little bit better here in Japan. We've taken that first step of opening up. It's not just been in 100% open policy. So it's going to be done in phases, and we're in phase 1. But this was a at-home silent karaoke device that was selling on Amazon. Oh gosh, I'm telling you, yeah, I have fun with all this wackiness that is in this country. But the point being is that karaoke is big here. I mean, really big. It is considered very important to be good at it. Also, there's a lot of pressure to be good at it. There are these even karaoke boxes that you can go into that just cost 100 yen, like $1 per song, and they'll be in the middle of a station, for example. You know, so it's, if you have to practice up before you've got your work party, this is a place that you can give a little last minute practice to. But I thought in showing you the karaoke, which is actually, kara means empty, oke means orchestra. So it's a little bit of a Japanese English word at the end, and then it became karaoke. I think in America we say karaoke, but in Japan it's karaoke. And this is really fun to do. And if you come here, please, please find a karaoke box. This is what the boxes look like. This is a big one. They are private, and you have a phone where you can call for drinks and food. And it's sometimes even done in a theme. I mean, think of a theme and it's there. There's literally thousands of themes out there. And you can also find yourself maybe going with some Japanese. And if you do, I thought it would be very, very important to share etiquette with you, because there is some karaoke etiquette. So you want to have good manners, right? All right, so here is a overview. And if you remember this, you will be in great shape. First, the seniors in the group, not just if you're really old, but in terms of who goes first, the oldest people in the group are offered the song first. So the younger people, you would never want to sing the first song unless the senior instructed you to do that. So kind of the senior person of the group is going to set the beginning order. All right. The second thing is you're given, there is a machine that allows you to, I'll show you, here it is right here. This box right here is an electronic machine that allows you to choose the song. Don't look at that and browse through the songs while the person is singing. It's considered very rude. You want to be engaged with the person's song, which means grab a tambourine or clap, but you want to give encouragement while that other person is singing. You don't want to be browsing with your nose into this selector. All right, number 3. Choose upbeat, happy songs. Yeah, I have learned this the hard way. I have chosen some, well, not this like happy-go-lucky music before. And I was told that your song selections are really bad. So you want to choose the happy songs, and then you can move to love songs. That's always a big hit. And if you are wanting to please the people who you're going with that might be Japanese, choose the Carpenters. They are the favorite karaoke group from the West, and everybody knows their music. So it'll be a really big hit. And The next rule is don't decline to sing. You can't decline. Even if you're not skilled at this, you can't decline. It's considered really, really rude. So at least sing one, do your best. That's why people practice alone in Japan, because you just can't pass. I mean, of course, sometimes people do, but very rarely. And it is considered a little, little rude. So just at least sing one. And if you are treating, then be sure to mind the drinks, which means that if you have to keep an eye on everybody's drink. And remember, don't pour your own drink. Let other people pour your drink, and you pour for others. And if you are being treated, don't drink too fast. That's a mistake that you don't want to do. So anyway, those are your karaoke tips. And if you do come and you want to try, then the McDonald's of karaoke is Big Echo. They're in front of every major station in the Tokyo area, and they're easy, and they have English translation to your electronic box, so you can choose the music and you won't have any trouble. They're very good with foreigners. And so just remember this: red and white, Big Echo. Okay, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.